The original gold rush in Nome, Alaska happened in 1898 when the first major discoveries of gold were found in Anvil Creek by the gentleman that became known as the Three Lucky Swedes.
And in that summer of 1899, at one point there were 26 ships anchored offshore waiting to get here. The population, which had been at the end of 1898 maybe 40 or 50, went up to almost 30,000. And it was a zoo.
The gold mining has been very important to Nome as a city itself and to the region, with a lot of mining that goes on, and the money goes back into the community quick with the small miners. But we really thank them guys for finding that gold originally.
Nobody had discovered the gold was on the beach or even close. It just was in the streams, and that's as much as they knew. Until one day, of these 2,000 or 3,000 people that were camped on the beach, an old potato farmer from Idaho ostensibly took some of the red sand that you see on the beach, which is crushed garnet, put it into a pan and panned it out, and lo and behold, it wasn't big gold. It was tiny, tiny little flecks of gold, flour gold, but it was gold. And you get enough little gold, that makes it big gold. Hello, Central. Hence, you have a gold rush. So the gold rush started inland and came down here.
Mining is a lot different than the old days. We think of the old timers a lot when we're out there mining because there is a lot of history involved in mining. You have to know where the old timers got it and how they got it, their methods, which are completely different than today's methods. No longer do we take a big water cannon and wash a mountain down into the stream and hurt the environment that way. We've all become a little more environmentally conscious about what really takes place. As I stated, most of my years in mining were spent in the ocean. Behind me is a suction dredge that I built about 10 years ago, now kind of in semi-retirement. A suction dredge is a unique piece of equipment. It uses high pressure water pumped back through a Venturi system on the dredge to create suction at the end of a nozzle.
The divers are in a wetsuit. They're down in about 15, 20 feet of water with an 8 or 10 inch hose, and they're sucking up the bottom of the ocean that is brought up onto their dredge. There's a sluice box, a gently inclined channel lined with indoor-outdoor carpeting lathing.
Nomad carpeting is that little squiggly stuff you see in front of buildings to catch the dirt off your feet. Guess what? It catches the dirt off your feet before you go in a building, and it catches gold real well. We're just catching dirt. We're doing the same thing.
The gold would drop down into those, the rest would go back into the ocean. Do that for 4 or 5 or 6 hours a day, come back, take out your pads and mats, rinse it out, and then you pan it. Gold rushes and things like it do strange things to people. People go to war over it. People kill for it. People feel great power owning it, possessing it. It doesn't do always nice things to people. Gold, though, is also important for other things like industry, research, science, medicine. You look at films of satellites. Very often they're wrapped in a gold foil. And that gold foil, because it's a good insulator, it keeps from the cold, the intense cold of space. So it's good stuff.
A lot of gold mining is very visceral and manly, and finding that gold, that hunt for it. I've had a big passion for all the businesses I've been in life, but gold mining really is something that becomes pretty all-consuming and becomes almost who you are.